everyone, David Taub here, co-creator nextlevelguitar.com. Hope all is going well, and I hope your guitar and musical journeys are going famously. And today I have a quick little lesson for you on this cool little legato trick that I want you to try. It incorporates playing fast hammer-ons and pull-offs as we're sliding up the neck on one string. And I want to show you how you can kind of vision it to keep it simple, and it's a great device that you could then take and use with any scale. Right? I like teaching these devices and things instead of just showing you a couple of licks. I'll show you the licks, but it's great that you learn the device or how to build a lick, because then you could turn one lick into 100 licks, right? What's the sense of just learning one or two licks, right? You want to learn from the lick and use these devices, put your own spin on them, and create your own stuff. And hey, if you get a second, please subscribe to the channel. You know, subscribing to the channel, that really helps us to keep bringing the content. Please leave a comment below. Let us know what you'd like to see in coming lessons, what you'd like to learn, or what gear you'd like to see reviewed. Or leave a question below, because we do regular FAQ videos where we answer email questions. If you like the video, click the like button, give it a thumbs up, share it, and we so appreciate your support. Thank you so much. And in this lesson, we're in the key of C minor, and I'm playing over a jam track that's kind of like a C minor stoner metal kind of thing. And I have to send a great shout out and a thank you to Dope's Jam Tracks. I bought this jam track off of bandcamp.com. And it's D-O-P-E-Z. This legato kind of device I want to show you today is quick hammer-ons and pull-offs, doing very little picking, and we're going to start moving it up the neck on one string. And it's using a concept I call watching a guide finger, or using a guide finger. So you could easily tell the position you're in and setting yourself up for the next lick. And that's kind of where students get tripped up sometime. So let me explain it to you. We're in the key of C minor, and you probably know like your C natural minor scale off of the A string root. That scale looks like this. Right, but what we want to do is we want to play that on one string. It's so important to learn your scales vertically up and down, of course, but also learn them on one string, because that will give you that ability to start moving laterally across the neck if you understand this architecture. I played this little legato lick over in the intro solo. Here's just the piece that I did so you could see it in context. So what we want to do is we want to move from like this third fret all the way up to like the 11th fret with it. So you got to know the notes of the scale on one string. So those notes we're going to play are here: 3rd fret, 4th fret, 6th fret, 8th fret, 9th fret, and 10th fret. Now we need a legato pattern, and when you start playing legato, you want to start to learn a bunch of different patterns, because then you could use them, just whip them out at your convenience, right? So here's what we're going to do. I use a 1, 2, 4 fingering. So the first pattern we're going to use is this. And I'm only picking the first note. So what I'm doing here is I'm leaving kind of real close to the fretboard my 1st, 2nd, and my 4th finger, and I'm picking the note on the 6th fret. Pull off 4, pull off 3, hammer 4, hammer 6, pull off 4, pull off 3, hammer 4. Get that down first, and then work up the speed over time. Okay, it's very important too. Pull hard, hammer hard. You want to get all those notes clear. So what I did in that part of the solo is I took that pattern and I moved it up. And then I moved it up again, and then I moved it up again. And then I ended it with a bent note, right? So what we need to do now is figure out the fingering as we move the pattern up. So we're going to go from a 1, 2, 4 fingering, and I'm going to use that 1, 2, 4 again, but we got to stretch because now we have 2 whole steps. So if I take that up the neck, it'll look like this. It's the same thing. Notes of those notes I showed you, C natural minor. And then last, we have the half step again. So again. Okay, so there's the kind of vision that you want to see, those notes of the scale on one string. Now, what you're going to need to do when we get to the second one, it's the same exact pattern. And I'm using 1, 2, and 4. You could use 1, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 4 feels better to me. And then the next one, again, same pattern. And then the last one. Okay, we use our third finger. And if you want a free reference ebook to help you along your guitar journey, where I diagram out like 29 scales and I talk about all kinds of soloing strategies, it's packed with lessons and tons of fun stuff. You'll really like it. It's a great reference tool, and I'll send that as well as a video lesson for free on how to spice up your soloing. Simple things that you could really add. I'll send them both to you. Free video lesson, free ebook. Click on that link below from Next Level Guitar. So once you get that down, you got it down, but the trick is, how do I connect them in a fluid manner where I can continue this fluid legato, right? And so here's where the guide finger comes in, and this is the trick, because a lot of students get tripped up bringing it from one position to the next, to the next, to the next, as you move it up the neck. So what you're gonna do, or what I do, is I look at that second finger and I throw a slide in there to slide it in the next position, right? So it'll look like this. Right? Did you notice that? So what I'm doing here is doing the pattern. Now, when I get to the end, you take that second finger on the 4th fret and you slide it up to the next note, which is at the 6th fret, and then you do the pattern again. And then again, slide it up another whole step again. Right? And that way you can kind of just keep an eye on that going, you got to go whole step, right? Right? And it gets really fluid. I'll really accentuate the slide so you can hear it. Now, the next one is, I got to get up to this one at the 11th, 10th, and 8th fret. But I like playing that one with my 1st, 3rd, and 4th finger. So what I do there is I do a switch. Instead of using my 2nd finger to slide from the 8th to the 10th, I use my 3rd finger. And I do that because I want to set myself up for the next lick. Again, you kind of want to be thinking one step ahead. And it's so important to set yourself up for the right fingering to execute the next lick or the next device. That's something I learned from my guitar teacher many, many, many years ago, Ernie White, one of the greatest guitar players on the East Coast. He taught me about how the importance of setting yourself up for the next lick and having this vision as you're moving through the fretboard, right? So when I'm on that next to last one, pattern, okay, instead of hammering with the 2nd finger and sliding, I substitute and change it to my 3rd finger. So that looks like this. See, it's very subtle. Let me do it again. Substitute, instead of hammering with the 2nd like I did with the other ones, to hammer with the 3rd and slide. So here's the whole thing slow. And in a solo, what I did was, when I got to that last one, I did a bent note, and when I bent it first, I still didn't pick it. I just picked it when I had it bent. Picked it and did vibrato. That's a half step bend. I'm bending from that D to E flat, or 10 to 11. Here's a little quicker. Get those notes to sound clear and bring the speed up slowly. You will get it. And then use that guide finger to really watch as you're moving the scale up on one string. And pay attention to that shift that I did to get you set up for that next lick. That's so important, right? And remember too to try this with some of your other scales. This is a device that could be used with any scale, this legato trick. So have fun with it, put your own spin on it, put it on a track, just get lost with it and enjoy. In this lesson, I'm using this Universum Mariana Private Reserve guitar. It's a really awesome guitar made by the good people of Universum Guitars. They're doing some really cool and different stuff. It's just not the same old Strat copies and Les Paul copies. They're really doing creative things. They make all their guitars, they're hand built in the Ukraine with special woods, and they're doing some really interesting things. And their guitars, they play great, they sound great, and they look really cool too. Check out their website. And I'm playing through a Paul Reed Smith MT15 all tube amp, 6L6 tubes, and through a 112 Paul Reed Smith cabinet that's mic'd with an SM57. In the amp, I'm on the lead channel. The gain's about 60%. I'm plugged straight into the amp from the guitar. The only effect I have is I have a Keeley Caverns pedal in the effects loop, and that's just giving me just a splash of reverb and delay. Leave your questions and your comments in the YouTube box below. Please subscribe to the channel. That really helps us, right? If you like the video, click the like button, share it. Remember, if you want that free video lesson and the ebook where I diagram out all the scales and tons of useful information, click on that link below. I have a new record coming out with my original band, Mind Cell. I'm really stoked about it, and we released the first single. I'll put a link to that in the YouTube description box too, as well as my band Facebook page. Please, if you get a second, check out the new original song. I'm going to be releasing some more material from my coming record, and I think you'll like it. I'll appreciate your feedback, so let me know what you think. Check it out, leave your comments, I'll respond, and I appreciate it. I want to thank you so much for your support over the years. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sending in your awesome questions. Keep that hard work up on that guitar. Keep having fun with it. And remember, your guitar playing is an evolution. Take care and rock out.